Admit. I'm admitting everybody in now. See, admit. What's up, everybody? Hop on the Zoom if you got the link. I'm gonna wait a little bit to give some people time to get in here. I'm admitting everybody in now. What's up, Avi? What's up, Ernest? I'm gonna have just stay muted until I start asking questions. Please, guys. I'm gonna admit everybody in here. What's up, Drew? What's up, Ed? You're welcome, Sharon. Everybody, just mute your camera, and then if I ask you some questions, get on here, and we're going to answer some member questions that are very important. And then, for the most part, I'm going to do quite a bit of talking. We're going to go over some things quickly, kind of keep it about 45 minutes. But we're glad to see you guys here. I'm happy that everybody took the time to be here. Let me keep adding some people in. About to go over, what me and Luke and the team are doing to close our walkthroughs, and for the most part, close any deal we go into, because we do a lot of different things. Like my wife has a spa. We do all these different things, and everything comes down to the same thing, sales. And what you're saying when people are telling you no is the biggest thing that stops most people from, reaching the next level. Give a couple people a few minutes. We'll about start at like 12:03. Um, First off, guys, super grateful for all the people that give us the opportunity to work with your business. I know it's definitely tricky when you're trying to figure out what works, and you're trying to figure out what's going to help me grow my business consistently, and not just a one shot. Hopefully we're going to shoot out some lines, and we're fishing. Pretty much most people are out there fishing, and we're trying to find something that's going to work. Avi is requesting a meeting. Let's see. So yeah, guys, thanks again. I mean, me and Luke are super pumped. We're definitely invested in helping you guys grow the business. This is something that we've always been doing in our state, Texas. I mean, it's the way I've been growing my business, is recruiting and getting other people sold on the fact that the cleaning business is just an amazing business to have. And also because if you're doing like landscaping, power washing, we have some guys that we help that do all kinds of like different services as well. I mean, this is just something that, we see a lot of people spelling on, is whenever they get into the walkthrough, they're not really knowing how to handle the objections and the things to say, to make it happen. So for the most part, we're going to go over that in detail, but I just want to say, yeah, thank you guys. Me and Luke are pumped up about all the results people are getting, and the people that are investing, like all the people on here already that I'm seeing, DFW, Karen, people that we've worked with, Ernest, these guys. So Ernest hasn't even joined yet, but we've been helping him, and we'll hope to see you guys. Some of these people that are just joining on like the mentorship. You'd start focusing on getting your name out there with the calls. So yeah, our goals are just to keep helping you guys, and just focus on being able to help people get actual results, because at the end of the day, no one wants to have a crappy sales team, and no one wants to be able to get in the door but not close deals. So I'm just waiting to go in, guys. I'm having more people joining. And Luke, how do we get people just to automatically join in? Let me see.
I'm not sure. I thought you had to request to join.
Yeah,
I'd have to look into
I thought
that.
I put in there, not, you don't have to request, because this one, we want to make this one free to everybody for the most
Yeah.
part. And I want people to hear, this, because they need to learn how to close deals. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'll see if anybody else, there's people coming in. What's up, Charles?
I'm good. I'm good, bro. They should show up on time. So
Yeah, let's get
no
into it.
excuses.
So yeah, guys, why are you getting ghosted? There's a lot of people telling us all the time, I'm getting ghosted. People aren't responding to, my proposals. They're not even telling me, this price is too much, or, if it's not. So one of the biggest things that I have to say is, like, whenever we talk to people about their walkthroughs, it always comes down to, their past thinking of, like, what happened in the last walkthrough. Was that person rude? Was that person, just not easy to work with? What type of, like, they're always focusing on the last client. Your new client has no idea about the last client. So whenever you're going in there, you have to leave a great first impression. energy and enthusiasm sells anybody. So whenever you're going in there, the last thing you want to do is just come off as a person that you feel like you're going to lose, and you feel like this is just a long shot. You want to feel like you already won the client in your head. So it's not all about selling. It's more about walking in there and knowing what you're going to say, knowing what you're going to be asked, and trying to control the whole situation. Because a lot of times we ask people, what the walkthrough looks like for them, and for us, it's pretty consistent. We go with the same exact thing every time. When we walk in, obviously you're going to come in contact with the front desk person, and at that time, most people, whenever they get that person that's in charge, that person comes out from their office. The first thing that they always do is just start walking through the facility. They're just like, yeah, let's just go look at the facility. That's one of the most common things we're hearing people say. Like, that's the first thing that they do, just start walking through it. And that's a big, no in our world, because we like to, make things clear at the jump, and you want to be able to have time to think about your pitch and what you're going to say to, be able to close this deal. Because if you don't know what you're going to say, and if you don't kind of know how the situation is going to go, it's going to be very hard for you to get the things out that you need to say for them to pretty much sell themselves on working with you. So it's really all comes to sales. It's a lot of training when it comes to knowing how people work. And when it comes to these walkthroughs, you just got to control the situation. So the first thing we like to do before walking through the facility, we like to tell that person, is there any way we can just go to your office, take a quick minute to talk about, some needs and things that, we want to mention right up front. So at that point, most of the time, if they say, let's go to our office, that's perfect. You want to go to the office and talk just for, about a minute or two. And at that point, you want to, let them know straight up, you don't want to let them lead the conversation and start interviewing you. You want to look like you've been there before, and you want to look like you know what to ask. And, this is just another day to you. You don't want to look like it's, you're unconfident, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to ask. So when you get in there, you got to, control the situation. And that's a good way to start doing it, to just pretty much control, go into the office first, let's talk for a second, and then, get straight into it. And what I like to mention right off the bat is, whenever we sit down, the first conversation is, they normally want to start asking questions, but by the time we get in the door, you want to start, looking at the things that, in their office. Do they have kids? Kind of relate, something you can do to relate with them. And you don't need to look cheesy about it and just do it right away. It's just something you want to keep in the back of your mind. And I like to do that just because, whenever you start the conversations, you want to find people that are relatable to you, especially for me, whenever I'm looking to go buy other stuff. Like if I'm buying a car and me and a guy are talking and I just like the guy more, I'm going to buy from him. I'm not going to buy from somebody else that, doesn't have anything to do, with what I believe in or anything. It's just something that will make you be able to close deals faster. So always try to look for something to relate. If there's nothing you can relate to, you need to just, focus on the first things you're saying when you get in there is, hey, look, I appreciate your time. And I'm glad that we're here to be able to talk to you about your needs. So I just want to quickly go over like me and, me as an owner, I'm the actual owner. And this is something we even tell our people that are, like Luke and people that aren't really, they're not actually owners, but, we have people that, they've been in the business for a while. They're partners. They can say what they want. We need to say what we need to say to get the deal. I hear all the time people saying like, oh, I don't have any experience, so I don't like talking about, that I don't have experience. It's just, but for the most part, guys, you have to get out of that for business. People, whenever these people are getting their jobs, they're not going in there saying, I have no clue about what I'm doing. Please hire me. I'm just new to this. No one ever says that. So you need to, get into focusing on what your goals are in the future. So if your goals are to be the best cleaning company out there, you need to act like you already are, if you really want to close deals. So, the first thing we say is like, this is our business. This is something that we take, very seriously. This is our blood, sweat, and tears. So, for the most part, you're always going to have a contact, line with me, but we need to, just set it straight that we are a different business when it comes to taking things seriously. We're not going to, leave you hanging. So I just want to let you know straightforward, that this is something that we've been doing, and this is full time. This is not a part-time gig. And this is something I truly take seriously, me and my family. You want to make it super personable. You can come up with whatever you want to say as far as making it personable to you. For me, I used to like to say, like, this is my blood, sweat, and tears. I love this business. This is what I do. So I do want to take care of your needs, but I just want to let you know straight up, this is something that I take pride in. So, we're going to be treating you much different than your clients that you have now. And you just need to be confident with that. And if you truly want to deliver a good service, you need to let people know that you're going to deliver that. Because some people are scared to let people know that. So, if you're getting ghosted, one of the main things that, we're hearing is you're just not creating that relationship with that client. So creating that relationship, going in their office and talking for a little bit, after you telling them straight up about you, like this is something that you take very seriously, that's when you quickly get into, what is it that you're looking for out of a cleaning company? I mean, you called me out here for a reason. So we just want to figure out what are your true needs. And a lot of people are scared to ask like just upfront questions, but that's something that you want to ask just so they can kind of realize like, you really don't need them. You're there, because you've been here before, and this is something that you do, and that they're either here for price or they're here for quality. And you kind of just got to figure that out without asking them that. So that's a good question I like to ask is, like what kind of cleaning, what are you looking for out of your cleaning service? And let them talk. They're going to go and they're going to probably complain, and they're going to talk about, different things that they see that's going on with what their current company is doing. And, from there, listen to those problems. And then we need to quickly, take a quick look of the facility. You need to do your notes. Obviously, if you have like a software, it's good to just take pictures for the most part. We like to take pictures and just simply like document data, because once you really get good at pricing, you're going to be able to start closing jobs immediately. So this is a good time to, walk through the facility, create that little bit of a relationship, and, just ask their, specific questions like, what are you guys looking for in this area? And, you looking to, focus on it full time, because you want to figure out how you can save them money. And, going through the whole, walkthrough is kind of just your way of strategizing how you can come up with a deal that's going to make sense to them and make sense to you. Because if there's big areas in there that like don't need to be cleaned, I always like to ask, because we want to make sure like that they know that we're not trying to charge them for unnecessary costs. We're here to, give them exactly what they want and cater it to exactly what it is that they're asking for. So, that's the walkthrough is basically trying to figure those things out. And that normally is a very quick transaction. And the most important thing after this transaction is maybe, for the most part, we like to sometimes get them back to the office and talk a little bit more. Or, quickly book that second meeting. The second meeting is crucial. We see so many people not doing it because, they're just hoping that people are going to respond to their email. But realistically, nobody is going to respond. People are going to forget. They're probably not even that serious when it comes to, having any kind of care to do with the cleaning service. Most of these people are just doing their job. So after creating that personable relationship, showing them that this is your business, this is something that you take pride in doing, they're going to treat you a little bit differently, because they're going to relate to you as far as, this is your job and this is something that you're going to need to focus on to support your family. So, that's one way you already created the personable relationship. Second is, you're just simply going to listen to their needs, look for the ways you can bring value instead of talk about, all the different things that you can offer them. Because we never really talk about the different things that we can offer people right off the bat. We're more so bringing value. If they start asking us, can we clean after hours? We start using, this is a very good tactic right here for any kind of sales, but you have to create these third-party stories as you're doing these walkthroughs, especially if they're saying like, we have one of our old cleaners that they're just not locking the door, properly, and I'm sure you all have third-party stories of things like this happening. So you want to create something that is a solution for this. So when people mention that, these people aren't locking the door properly and stuff like that, we like to mention that we have people that are coming in and checking the facilities after we clean. And also, we only give people 1 or 2 strikes for this and they're done. So the people that are working with us now, they know this is a massive no-no. So if they do happen to, make this horrible mistake, then they're going to, clearly be, in the wrong for this, because we're going to end up having to fire them. And when it comes to like doing these walkthroughs, you have to stay focused on simply just doing the work and getting in the door. Because for the most part, you're going to being able to grow the business. Yeah, hold on a second. So for the most part, we got to do these walkthroughs and do them right. So when you're going in there, you had to get that second meeting in, book the second meeting, because it's going to be crucial to get in the door again, because most of the time they do have to get other quotes. That's obviously something they're going to do. Their job is telling them you need to get more than just one quote. So they're going to need time, and you're going to be there to assist them, but you have to make sure that you're not going to be able to, be ghosted. So we like to tell them right away, like, we want to make sure we're not ghosted. We want to make sure we're given the opportunity, because this is something that we truly love doing. So is there any way we can book a second meeting so that way I can come back in, or we can hop on a Zoom so we can talk about, what you're thinking? Because you're saying, it's quality. You're saying whatever they're saying, quality or price. You're saying it's quality. So if it is quality, we want to be able to give you that opportunity and that, quality that you're asking for, because we're here to offer that. So when it comes to that, we want to just be able to offer that. When we come in there on the second meeting is whenever you're able to close the deal, because at that point they're going to start talking about pricing. The second meeting is always like, your price was more expensive than the other person's. So that's going to stop most people. That's the biggest objection that everybody's getting is, you're just too expensive. And that's something that everybody's going to always get until you come up with a solution. So if you're out there offering more than just one service, you have to start putting those things together, and you want to focus on that, because that's going to help you get these clients that are cheaper than normal. Like we had a few daycares recently that they wanted to do, 5 days a week cleaning. They wanted to even do 7 days a week to start, but we weren't able to do that because it just didn't work in their budget. So what we were able to do is start asking them, like, look, we have other things that we offer. I know you want quality cleaning, and this is something that you see very important to you guys because the kids, and everybody here. So, we can do other things. Is there any other services that aren't meeting your, expectation? And then from there, they'll start talking about, whether it's pest control, landscaping, and you can start asking them about like little things of like what they're paying for carpet cleaning and all these different things that you offer. And you can let them know, like, this is something that I can consolidate. We can bring all these things together and offer you these things all together, and you can bring that price down. We can still make it make sense to us. If we're coming in here and offering more than just cleaning, then we're going to be able to give you a better deal. And a lot of people are scared to do this, but you just got to step out of your comfort zone. This is going to give you tons of opportunities for, all kinds of different people that you can partner with. And I hear people say it all the time, like, yeah, I already have that together. I just forward it over to somebody else, that manages that. And we just kind of refer to them. But that's going to like literally limit you to being able to close your deals. If you're putting in the work to get yourself in the door, if you're putting in the work to get yourself in the door with all these clients, sorry, I'm adding some more people in. If you're doing all the work, you're paying for the people, you're paying for a sales team, you're paying for mentoring. Why would you be not the one capitalizing on all these opportunities? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. So you need to capitalize on any opportunity you get. If you're getting the lead, you need to be filtering that through your business. You can make millions of dollars doing this. And we've been doing it for the past 5 years because I literally, whenever I got into cleaning, we had all these contracts. We're trying to reach more and more cleaning contracts. I need to get 500 clients, 1,000 clients. It was getting so hectic dealing with so many different facilities. Now that we're able to offer more services to the same 300 plus clients that we have, that turned from 300 to double 600 the second we decided to start filtering that through our business, because we're the ones doing the work. We're the ones paying all the money to our sales team and all the resources that we're using to grow our minds and help us with closing deals. I mean, these people aren't getting deals. These other services that are doing one-off services, they're not getting deals because, they're not getting the opportunities. They're not putting in the work that you're putting in. So if you're not capitalizing on those opportunities, it's going to just slow you down. So one of the biggest things that we're able to do when people are saying our price is too expensive, at the second meeting, this is the only way it's possible. You can't do this over the phone. You can't do it over email. They're just not going to respond. You got to have that second meeting to be able to pitch this. And this is obviously, when you go into that second meeting, you're not going to mention this right off the bat. They're going to tell you, they probably will tell you what their prices were that they got from someone else. And it's really, that's where you really get them to open up. So you're going to learn a lot. A lot of times people are so focused on what to say, what not to say, that they just stop themselves from trying to figure out, what's the best thing, what's the best scenario I can put myself in to make somewhat of a profit from this every single month. So, we try to do that for people. We try to be that person to solve those issues. And, that's been helping us a lot. I know that'll help you guys too. So, if you're getting that second meeting and you're still not closing the deal, I truly think the second meeting cures everything. It's way easier to sell in person. It's impossible to sell some of our services over the phone or over email because nobody really cares. This is not their lifeline. This is not their, they don't care about this. It's not even probably their business. So sometimes when we're dealing with the managers, it's definitely harder to pitch them on, caring about quality unless they truly care about the business they're working at. So the first thing we try to do is pretty much get on that manager's good side and let them know, we have other things. And this is something that's pretty crazy. And if you try to start doing this, this is something that can help you out a lot. If you're doing residential cleaning, just offer the manager, some residential cleaning. Tell them you'll give them a hookup on cleaning. How many times that I've done this, and this has gotten me so many different clients. Telling them, hey, we do houses too. I can hook you up. If you ever need anything, we do specials for our clients, and we can give you a good deal on you and your employees. We can give you guys a good deal because what you're trying to do is just bring value. Show them that you're not like the other people. You're not in here just to sign a contract. You're in here to solve their problems. So, regardless if they need services at their office or their business, we're always getting people to literally put us in the door with other opportunities, whether it's them or someone they know, just because we brought that value. So second meeting is crucial. You want to be calm, cool, collected at that second meeting. Show up and be like, hey, I'm in the area. This is a good time for me to show up. I mean, if they don't want to book that second meeting, sometimes it's good to just show up, with the proposal. And especially if they said that they are interested in it. Like I said, keeping things personable is definitely gonna show that you care, and it's something that's gonna just bring you above the game from everybody else. Because I hear a lot of people going in there and they're talking a lot about cleaning, talking about the products they use, talking about their history, how long they've been in business. And, that's where you just sound like everybody else, and you don't want to sound like everybody else. That's the biggest thing that you can take from me as far as sales. Your response should never be what everybody else was saying. If they say it's too expensive, your last response is, why do you think it's too expensive? I mean, or what the obvious would be is what you don't want to say, because that's just poor sales, and that's just going to stop you from being able to close deals. Whenever they say price, you need to say, I completely understand. I completely understand that, the price is the issue. Earlier you said, you were looking for quality, and that's what we're here to give you. Simply, that's what we're here to give you. Let's come up with some solutions that we can give you the price. It'll fit in your budget, but let's come up with some other solutions that can make sense to me too, because we have very good clients. We have clients that take pride in their cleaning. They want somebody that's going to be able to come in and they're not going to have to worry about, nobody's going to forget to lock the doors, all these different things. You're pretty much selling them on what they already mentioned that's a problem to them. So you're just going over, everything that they mentioned. And that's what I like to do for any kind of sales. I'm always going over, you mentioned this. So, let's get back to that. So whenever we're talking about quality, is it something that I said about, how we're doing the cleaning, when the hours are, there has to be a reason why, you're distracted from that. So we like to go back and ask that question. So like when it comes to quality, what is it that, you're stuck on? Because if it's quality, then we offer that. I mean, if it's price, let me in a little bit no insight on what you're trying to accomplish here. And then from there, they might say, it actually, our price, the monthly price is just, I don't know if we can afford that right now. And then it comes back to, the real issue, which is price. And that's whenever it gets super personable and you're like, look, I know you want to have, this on autopilot. You don't want to have to worry about it no more. I mean, let's figure something out. So this is the time where you talk about consolidating things that like if you have landscaping friends, if you have power washing friends, window cleaners, you can start getting their business, going good. And you're just going to sub things through your business. And a lot of times people will stop themselves from doing this because they don't know what to price. So if you're stuck up on that, we're here to help you anytime, even if it's for free. We're going to help you price out jobs because, I mean, as long as you know what to price, you can submit the proposal through your name, and you're going to be able to submit that price. And then if they accept it, which if you're able to save them money and give them the services that they need, like for that daycare that we're partnered with and we're offering them landscaping, we're able to save them money on the landscaping, make some money on the landscaping, which brought our margins back to where we needed it to by lowering just a little bit on the cleaning days. We went from 7 to 5 days of cleaning, and we were able to just customize something that literally made sense to them. But if it wasn't for the second meeting, it would have not been possible at all. The second meeting is crucial. So yeah, if they say out of your budget, I mean, there's a lot of things you can say to that. The last thing you say is, I don't know your budget. I mean, obviously you don't know their budget, and a lot of people just say the wrong things that are just not really going to put you in the right spot to be able to get on the good side with these people, because you want to make it seem like you're literally there for them. It's nothing to do with your price. I mean, their price is never going to be what you want it to be. So you want to push them to that side of thinking, I want to work with this guy. He's looking at so many different things to, help me with. So let's just go with him. Let's give him a shot. And one of the biggest things that we always hear back from people whenever we try to consolidate, and I just want to let you know beforehand, because once you start doing this, there's going to be questions coming up. So let me know when the questions come up. It's always good to take that step, and then from there, you're going to learn as you go. So the biggest objection I get whenever I talk about consolidating, when they get worried about, is like, what if we aren't happy with all these other services, and these people don't work out. The people that you bring coming in here, they're not working out for us. And this is where you're really able to close the deal and get many different streams of revenue coming in. At this point, it's the time to be extremely straightforward and, literally let this guy know, like, look, I have a massive network of people that I work with. I know people that, offer the services that you're paying for, and they're all doing great. We're all doing great. And we have a way to literally fit your budget. So regardless if this one person, doesn't work out and say that, they just aren't doing the quality work that you want, at that point, I mean, we can get somebody else. It's going to be the same, amount of price. We have people that, are ready to go and ready to work. At the end of the day, we can't control everybody. We can't control, nobody is a puppet to us. So their life is their life. We're going to be here to connect the dots for you, and we're going to make this a very easy transaction. So, regardless, I'm going to always be here. You can have my word. I'll literally be here anytime you need us to be here. For the most part, when it comes to, people that we're bringing on our team, there's always going to be people that, aren't going to deliver. But when it comes to, what we're doing, we're trying to make this convenient. So when you work with us, you have a completely money back guarantee on anything that you're paying for with us. So say you go hire someone else, and this guy that has just started a business, doesn't want to pay, you pay him, but he doesn't want to do the service, or, he does a crappy job. He's not going to give you the money back. We are a very reputable business, and we take this very seriously. I don't want to have any negative reviews. So when it comes to them saying, I don't want it to not work out with somebody that you bring on, you want to let them know and close the deal straightforward. This is something that I do, and this is something that, we have many people we're not going to control people. We're going to give them that opportunity, and we're going to handle it for you so that way you don't have to worry about it. And if they don't do a good job, I'll give you your money back. We're going to literally guarantee that our people that we bring in are going to do the quality work that you're asking for, or else, we wouldn't even be here offering this. And when you say this, guys, when you get into this and you're that close with the person, by the end of the day, by the end of the meeting, they're going to be giving you more and more opportunities once you tell them this and they understand what you're saying and they understand where you're coming from. It's going to be a game changer. I've had so many deals. I've had deals turn in from cleaning services to I'm bidding on a concrete job. That's $25,000, a small parking lot, from a lady she's opening up her chiropractor facility in a different area, and she's like, "Do you do concrete?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, we do that as well." So we have concrete guys that we've used over the past. I have a construction company that I filter all the invoicing through. And I'm literally connecting the dots. I have it to where like they know that what I'm doing, they know that I'm connecting the dots with the people that I know and the people that I've worked with in the past. So, as far as them not having to deal with 5, 10 other companies, it's a no-brainer to them. These people want to give us opportunities. They want us to handle it. I've literally given this lady 3 or 4 different proposals from different companies, and she knows, whenever it comes down to who we're going to work with, we're going with her best option, whether it's price, who she saw as somebody that they would want to work with, because we're not trying to make millions of dollars off of this stuff. We're connecting the dots to build that relationship, and that's going to pay tenfold. That's going to be so much value when they know that you're going to give them the best deal, and you're not even looking to make any money from it. Eventually you can start making money from it. Once you start being able to know your prices and know, say you're getting into different services, you have a good crew that you bring on. They're going to charge, a little bit more at first, but after you start getting them work, they're going to bring that price down. So, as far as like getting through the first process, you got to get through the first process and build those connections when it comes to, bringing on different subs. We have subs for every line of work that you can think of. In the commercial cleaning business, and this industry is just literally enabling us to maximize all those opportunities, because it's so easy to get in the door with these business owners because most people aren't taking this business seriously. So you got to take this commercial business seriously. It's something that you can truly take to the sky, man. Sky's the limit. So that's a good question, Sadie. How much time should we wait before booking the second meeting? I would do it a day or 2 later. Just let them know you're going to be following up every day after the second day. Literally, whatever day you decide, tell them like, if we don't hear back, we're going to be calling. We'll probably stop up here. You want to make it personable as you can, as far as letting them know that, you want to hear from them whenever they get your proposal. Hey, what's up, Raquel? So third-party stories, guys, you want to talk about that all the time. Third-party stories are going to be great. People want to hear and relate to what you're dealing with. So if you have, anything you can relate with them with, like third-party wise, you want to bring up those stories with your old customers, or, people that, maybe they didn't take, quality cleaning as something that they wanted at the time, and they went with cheap. And maybe you have a few stories. We have so many different stories when it comes to, us working with people that first they told us no. They're like, "No, you're too expensive." They come back, they're like, so glad that, we finally left that company, because it's just been a horrible situation. And, we're ready to move forward with you guys. That's a good third party situation. We hear that all the time. And, there's so many times people want to talk about price, but at the end of the day, they're not paying for it. Their company is, and you have to figure out what the company really wants. So this is going to be a game changer. The second meeting is going to help you a lot. It's always quality or the budget, and that's the main thing that we always see: quality or budget. There's not going to be much more objections unless they say, we have in-house, we want to stick in-house. Whenever people are saying they want to stick to in-house, and we're going to talk, that's a whole different, pitch. But most people, the pitch that the objections that you're getting is, the price is too expensive. It's just way too expensive. So run with this, guys. Run with this one, because this is definitely going to be a game changer. As far as like what I wanted to go over as far as the walkthroughs when it comes to the second meeting. You have to book it, yeah, 1 to 2 days. We talked about that. Um, just stay hungry, guys. I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't hungry, and it's going to slow the business down. And that's what really stops you in these walkthroughs because you're not hungry enough. You know, for the most part, people are just content with what they got. And it's going to just hurt you and your business, you know, for the long run if you're content with what's going on, especially if you don't have the results you want. If you don't have the results you want, you need to look in the mirror. You need to look into, you know, your business, look at the background, look at the finances, and figure out, you know, what's going on, you know, and just face it, you know, face it. So, Luke, you said, what's the price versus the cost? Yeah, exactly. So, you know, pay the price now, you know, because if you don't, you're going to pay the cost later. And that's going to stop everybody from, you know, trying to grow any type of business is if you can't get past the price objection. That's going to be a huge game changer whenever you can get across the price objection. Uh, Luke, do you got anything on this? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean a big thing whenever people are bringing up pricing, right? So what they're thinking of is short term right now. How much is it, how much are you going to charge me to come clean my facility, right? And they're not thinking about the total cost of the service. So let's say a lot of these businesses are going to be making money, let's say like daycares, right? Kids, sanitation is going to be very important. People are not going to drop their kids off at these daycares if it's dirty. There's bad reviews on their site. Everybody is not going to leave their kids there because all these kids are getting sick, or whatever it might be. So you have to break down whatever. I know, Danny, we're talking about pricing. Whenever they're talking about the price, you need to get off the price and put it onto the cost. So re-ask that question to them. I understand pricing is very important to you, and obviously I wouldn't be in business if I wasn't giving good pricing out to my current contracts. But what would be the cost over if you did go with our service, and what would be the cost if you didn't go with our service, right? Let's say, okay, you don't go with our service, you go with somebody who's a little bit cheaper. You pay either upfront or you pay a deposit, and you have them come clean, and you lose four of your kids at the daycare because it's super dirty. Now they're, your parents don't want to have them back. So that's the cost
Yeah.
of not going with us. And our pricing is going to save you later on with your cost for what you're bringing in, what's your revenue, what are you doing with your business. So that's always a big thing I always bring up, just because, dentist offices, same thing, orthodontist offices, any type of medical facility. I mean, I'm in our office right now, right? So let's say I walked in here as a business owner and there's trash on the floor. They left, they don't come get the trash cans every time, or they don't clean their windows. I'm not going, as a business owner, I'm not going to do business here. I'm not going to get an office here because of the fact it's not getting cleaned properly. So the price and the cost is a huge thing to bring up whenever they do throw those pricing objections out there.
Yeah, and that's only going to happen in the second meeting. I mean, they're not going to give you much time to talk about price or much in the first walkthrough. So the follow up is the absolute key in everything. You have to have a good follow up game. Raquel says, Daniel, what is the most challenging thing you see in a walkthrough? At first, the most challenging thing I saw was price. The price objection. People didn't want to pay my price. So when it comes down to finding those good clients, I quickly realized, there's going to be people that are just super cheap and they can't afford cleaning, and they just, they want to pay the cheapest amount. So my whole thing on business is I'm never relying on one lead. So there's never really, a time where I feel like a walkthrough is a challenge. For me, the challenge is getting many walkthroughs and being able to find those good clients. Because if you're focusing on just one walkthrough, it's going to slow your business down. You have to promote as much as you can to where, these walkthroughs are just a byproduct of everything you're doing, as far as promoting, as far as sales, cold calls, emailing, follow-ups. I mean, everything, all these walkthroughs come from you doing work. So if you're not putting in that work, the walkthroughs, they're not even going to be there. If no one was doing calls, if no one was doing emails, I mean, there's absolutely no way you can get into a building unless you're just walking place to place and taking hours out of your day to go walk. It's just going to take forever. So I think that's the biggest challenge for me, is just finding more walkthroughs. I mean, you have to get in the door with more people, finding people that want to pay the price. And there are people out there. I mean, we have hundreds of people that literally they love paying for good service because they don't want to deal with people that don't show up. We've had people say that people don't even show up, not even responding, but they're sending out invoices and all this stuff. I mean, to me, that's just pretty crazy. There's no value there at all. So when it comes to bringing that value, you got to bring that value right off the jump. Don't be talking about what makes your business so differently. You just got to figure out what they're struggling with, where you can bring value, and then from there you can start talking about what makes you differently, because you have to come off differently. Let's see what Avi has to say. So when you're hiring a concrete subcontractor, does the customer sign agreement with you or with the sub? So for this instance, we kind of just go off of our construction company for this. We sign a contract with them, eventually, because she knows I'm going to oversee it. And that's pretty much what we're doing. We're overseers. We're people that are connecting the dots. We're not literally know-alls. We don't know everything. We're basically doing all the work. We're bringing value. This lady, she told me, I'm trying to get subcontractors to give me prices for my new chiropractor facility, but it's just nobody's getting back to me. The prices are just ridiculous. And I just simply told her it's because they're trying to make money off of you. They know, you don't know what you're doing. They know you're a chiropractor, you got money. They know that, you're opening a new location. You don't have a relationship with them. So, I mean, let me handle that for you. I have plenty of contractors that I've already worked with. They trust me. They're going to give me the best price. So I'll be straightforward with you. I'll send you all the quotes that I'm getting. I'm going to be super straightforward on the process, because I'm just trying to, fix this problem for you. You're saying, you want a quote for concrete. Let's get it done. I got her like 5 different quotes, and she already got her concrete done. She got her whole, sidewalk built. I'll shoot you guys some pictures of it, and we simply just connected the dots. I think I made like 500 bucks on that, and it was just, didn't even have to spend any time. I just called up some people, connected the dots, send them the plans that she sent me, and that's it. And she loved it. I mean, there's nothing going on our end as far as like, having to deal with those people's employees. We don't have to deal with who they hired, making sure those people are paid. They're paying straight to the customer, to us. We're being able to handle that, because whenever it comes to you trying to give people a connection, most people aren't going to pay you on that. So if I go to one of these subcontractors and say, give me 500 bucks from this, I mean, it's not going to be good, because most of these people out there, they're not really in it to even give out quotes, or even, especially when it comes to giving a good proposal and a guarantee. These people aren't really trying to do that. So I wouldn't try to go offer concrete services until you got some money saved up. I'm cool with doing that, because I know that these guys are going to get it done, and I've already built that relationship. So, you can start at a smaller scale and do like, landscaping, power washing, start networking with those type of people, and it'll just start getting your feet wet for those type of things. Let's see, that's where I am right now. I don't know where to get clients. How do I get the list of those places and how to contact? No problem. Yeah, I mean, Michelle, this is all a learning process for everybody that wants to learn and grow their business. You just take that leap of faith and start picking up the phone, calling people. You can get on Google and just make a quick list of people to call. So, for the most part, the success stories that we're seeing, we're super proud of everybody that's actually going in there and putting it into effect. We have lots of people that are closing other deals like, power washing, strip and waxing, lots of different things that they were necessarily not trying to offer. Those things right there are gonna, get you out of your comfort zone, so you can actually sell and get sales. It's all about revenue. It's not really about, all the things you're doing yesterday. You need to bring in sales. So whatever it takes, you got to do that. What's up, Marco? I'm glad you're back on, bro. What insurance coverage would be needed if you offer all services? So, for construction, obviously you won't want to do that until you have a construction company and you have full coverage insurance. I'm not sure about the insurance is pretty cheap. I think it was like, it was a good like $5,000 a year premium for the construction business. But we're more so covering ourselves, and we have all the necessary, clauses for dealing with subcontractors. We know they have to sign subcontractor agreements, or else we can get screwed over if they get hurt. So my mother-in-law is actually an insurance broker. So when it comes to, all these things that I don't know about, I never really waste my time trying to learn about that. I really just go to the people that know it. So for me, if you guys do need anybody that does insurance, we'll forward you to those people, and they'll help you figure out what the coverage that you need depending on your state. We got a lot of people that are good at insurance. So if you need anybody, hit me up on that. And for the most part, I wanted to talk about the objections, and we went in quite a bit on the pricing thing. So if you guys have got any other objections, shoot them in the comments and we can go over some more objections that we hear. Luke, what kind of objection are you hearing in these walkthroughs, since you go to them way more than I do?
I mean, pricing is always, a big thing. To be honest, the I try to get the objections out of the way before they even ask it.
Yeah.
So it's not like them throwing a roadblock at me. It's really setting up, because there's going to be objections. All the objections. Ask the leading questions to where you can throw those worries out the window. Like currently, obviously you're not 100% satisfied with who you currently have, or I wouldn't be out here right now. Tell me a little bit about what they're doing that you like, and also what they're doing that you don't like. Obviously, don't just like when if the place is really dirty, don't just go in there and start hating on their cleaning service, because that's what everybody's doing, right? Everybody's like,
Yeah.
well, they're missing that, they're doing this, that's not good. Y'all are paying for a bad service. Like they already know that. Don't hit them over the head with that. Keep telling them
Yeah, you
how
got to
bad
sell
their
them
service.
on you. People buy
Exactly.
you. They don't buy their, all the things or act like you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, just try to get out of the way. I also asked, so since have you been with this company your entire time of having the business? Oh, you haven't. Okay. Well, why did you switch from the company before that? Right. Just really backtrack and see why. Like, what is their thought process behind everything? Because a lot of us think we know why they want to switch, or we know why we're there to give them a price, and we have no clue. We're just walking around like we know something, and we have no idea what we're even what we're there for. So always ask really good leading questions, so you can get the right objections out of the way, because they're going to throw something at you. It's going to be a roadblock. It's not even going to be the real objection. They're just trying to get a price and get you out the door.
Yeah.
So ask good leading questions, really just try to satisfy their needs and portray that you really care. Build rapport is a huge thing. I mean, a lot of times I go on to walkthroughs. I'm not even like half the time we're not even talking about cleaning services. I'm literally talking about I get them talking about their family, what are their hobbies, what are they like to do. And then by the end of it, it's like, hey, whoever whatever their name is,
Yeah,
hey Daniel.
especially if it's like a guy or a girl,
Yeah,
it's like a guy. Normally you can relate to guys. So like it's easy for me to go to these meetings and relate to guys. But you can only start having these personable conversations if you get them into their office. I mean, I hear it every day. I heard a couple people saying the other day on Zoom that they're not even going to the prospect's office and sitting down and talking. They're more so just walking around the building. So if you're not closing deals, it's probably you have to get them into that office, at first. And then you want to ask these leading questions like Luke's talking about. But I like to, as soon as we get in the office, I like to talk about, how I take this business super seriously. This is a family owned business. And, this is our blood, sweat, and tears. So I'm glad that you're able to, bring me in here. And, I know, I'm here for a reason. So what are you guys looking for out of a cleaning service? And that's kind of what my leading question is. And that'll get them talking completely about all the issues, all the problems they're having. And if you're not getting them into their office, and you have to be able to create that relationship. So it's going to be hard doing that while you're walking through. If they're rushing through it real quick, the walkthrough shouldn't be over an hour, but it can definitely be 30 minutes. You can get them in the office for a little bit and talk to them about, the things that they're dealing with, and tell them a little bit about you. It's going to be much more personable than just walking around their building and just seeing, this is what I need clean, this is what I don't. Doing the same thing everybody else does. You got to do something different, especially if you're having problems close deals. This is going to be a game changer. If you're not closing deals now, you should be closing at least, if you're going to 10 meetings a month, at least closing at least one of those. We have people that say, well, I'm not closing it because they weren't even wanting me there. They don't even want cleaning, or they already have a cleaning company, and they're just kind of like, they invited us to come out just to come out. At that point, it's because you didn't create that relationship. So if you go to these meetings and they're saying, I already have a cleaning company, cool. I mean, can we, they're obviously going to, once you go into the facility, they're going to try to just walk you through it. The whole goal is to get them into that office, especially if they're saying like, we already have somebody. And you should already know that once we're going and sending you into these meetings. Most of the time they'll tell us like, hey, we already have somebody, but we're interested in getting some prices. So that's the perfect time to bring value and start that relationship. Let's see, how long have I been on here? We got about 10 more minutes. Let me know if anybody has any questions about what we've talked about. What's up, Chris? What's up, Hadar? Let me know if you have any more questions. I'll start bringing people in. Just comment down below if you wanna ask a question. In my experience, most of them are in a rush and busy chit-chatting. Yeah, man, you got to make it personable because they don't care about, your business until you give them that information that, hey, like this is my blood, sweat, and tears. I'm wasting my time. And I wouldn't say wasting my time. You'd more so be saying, I'm here spending my time, with you because I want to get your business, and you got to make it personable. And if you do, that's going to get them to stop, calm down, give you some time. They'll stop chit chatting and listen to what you're saying because you're telling them like, look, I'm here. I'm super focused on what you got to say. And this is something I love doing. So yeah, guys, Luke, do you got anything else?
Yeah, I think a big thing too is whenever you're doing like once you do the walkthrough with them, that first one, don't take pictures, don't have your phone out, don't be distracted, really listen to what they're saying, and then let them know before you do that walk, like the first initial walkthrough, let them know, hey, is it okay if after this first walkthrough, I really want to listen to what you have to say and make sure I'm understanding all your needs? Is it okay if I walk the building a second time and get my pictures and videos? Is that fine with you? And
Yeah.
that will make sure that they're like, wow, they really do care. Like, and they're not going to say that to you, obviously, right? But they're thinking in their head, they're like, okay, they're going to take the time. They're not going to be on the phone. They're going to be really attentive to what I have to say and what my needs are and what my concerns are. You take care of that. The second one, you do you go back around, take the videos, take the pictures, whatever you need to do. And then at that point, talk to them afterwards, shake their hand, tell them how much you appreciate them letting you come out. Again, how Daniel was saying earlier, just know that you closed the contract. Don't be nervous when you go in there. Just act like you've been there before, even if you haven't. So
Yeah, and guys, yeah. So let me know if there's any questions before we get on. We got a lot of walkthroughs today ourselves, and we got a lot of things going on. But just wanted to get on here and talk about that. Let me know if there's any major questions. We have those of you that are already part of our program. We're going to be doing these every Wednesday. We just wanted to make the first one free to everybody, but we want to do them every Wednesday for our members. And so yeah, if you're ready to get it going, guys, you got to invest into the action or the action items. We had a couple people take out loans, and now I'm so happy to hear that they're going to actually get clients from this. So we have some people that are making good choices, putting their money to work, and ACS, he's putting in sweat equity right now. You got to put in that action if you want to get the results. So we have lots of different options for that. Those of you that are new or just getting started, we have plenty of different options. If you're interested in like getting it going pretty quickly, so most of the time people are getting walkthroughs within just a week on the daily calls. So if you're interested in getting on the daily, let me know. We'll give you a discount on that for the daily calls, especially if you haven't tried it yet. We'll give you a one-time first month discount so you can close a deal. And within the first month, 1 month or two, we have plenty of guys. I don't know if Parker's on here. Is Parker on here, Luke?
no.
He's probably busy going to walkthroughs, but he's already closed so many deals. Parker's one of them. He just posted in the group the other day that he closed like a $7,000 contract, $7,000 a month. So yeah, for Michelle, for sure, hit me up. We can, my line, our business line is 97. We'll put it in the comments, but like hit me up if you guys want to get started, because this is going to be super exclusive. We're only going to let a certain amount of people do this because our team is only so big. We can't call for everybody in the world. So this is super exclusive. And we're going to help a certain amount of people. ACS from Instagram, our Instagram live, said, I've gotten all my clients from cold calling. Oh no, he said, I've gotten all my clients from door to door, but I have to start cold calling. Yeah, for sure, man. You need to start making moves much faster, because this can take a little bit longer to walk around 100 places. We call about 150 people a day for our members and ourselves. And it's just going to be a game changer for your business, especially if you already have a good service and you're not maximizing all the opportunities out there. it's gonna hurt you a lot because it's just you're gonna slow the business down. And you always have to have more than just one walkthrough coming in. And for me, I didn't start getting traction until I see, you know, people doing the work daily. You know, I had people at first working part time and doing all that because it just makes more sense until you know you see the results. So I was paying for part time. I was paying over $1,000 to people just for calling part business part time. So like I know the expense is high. I mean now we pay over 100,000 a month to our cold callers and our people on our team that are you know helping us grow our business, but it pays for itself already. And this is something that it could pay for anybody's expenses when it comes to marketing. We have people that are literally marketing companies coming to us needing more clients. We have like people that I talk to people all the time that have marketing companies and they're all struggling and they're all like, you know, they're not getting results. I mean, that should tell everybody straight up, like, you know, marketing is just another business for these people to make money. I mean, if they're not growing their business with their own marketing company, then how, you know, are you going to, you know, literally grow someone else's business? You have to literally know what it takes to grow businesses for it to happen. So, you know, those of you that are getting good results for your clients and you're not getting in the door, it's just an action issue. You gotta put in some more action. Sorry, Facebook Live, my service isn't good. But yeah, guys, let me know if there's any more questions before we get off. If you want to get in on the cold calls, just shoot me a text. And we'll get it started. We'll get it started right away. We're going to be in San Jose next week. If you guys are going to be there to come see us, we're going to go into the Cleaning and Cocktails event. We have quite a few people we're going to see there. I don't know if Marissa's in here. Marissa, Charles, are you going to that, Charles? I don't know if Charles can hear me. But yeah, we want to meet you guys. So regardless, we have people that are that were wanting to come to our office, wanting to meet. So definitely, you know, you need to get a ticket to our next mastermind and come meet us. And if you're not on the package for the daily, let me know. We'll give you a massive discount. Instead of like what we normally charge for the cold calls being $1,500, we'll do it for $9.99 for your first month. Or if you just want to buy a month, you know, ahead, we'll give you that opportunity for members. Because we're trying to fill our schedule up for August. Cleaning and Cocktails Business Network. Yeah, we're going to be there. So let us know if you have any other questions, guys, before we hop off of this. But it's going to be a very good tactic for you. Book that second meeting. Make sure you're getting in the door in their office. You know, you want to get in that office and talk about why you're super interested in, you know, partnering with them and being that you're a business owner that takes pride in what they're doing and not really just somebody that's doing this part-time is going to give you that edge when you're going in there and, you know, making it personable with them and being there for them to find those problems because most of the time people are just trying to sell their product. But you really got to get good at and making sure you know what they're looking for out of their service. And once you do that, you know, going into their office is going to be a massive game changer. And that second meeting, guys, I cannot tell you enough. If you're able to book this second meeting, it's going to be a game changer for you guys. So I can't wait to hear about all the results. You know, we wanted to get on here and talk about that because we're sitting in. I mean, we booked like what was it, Luke? Like 100 meetings last week for people, and you know, we were get with everybody. We talked to everybody about, you know, who closed deals, and more than not, people are not closing the deals when it comes to price. We're trying to figure out what the objections are, and the main objection is price. So, you know, try this out. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You know, once you try it out, what kind of objections are you getting when you do start pitching this? You know, consolidating when it comes to other things, especially if it's price. You know, you got to try to figure out a way you can bring that price down. And even if it's negotiating the cleans, you know, the amount of cleans per week or certain areas being cleaned, you got to customize it literally brilliantly, fitting their literally budget. Because if you don't know their budget and they're saying it's price, you got to just start offering things when it comes to, you know, bringing down that price, you know. And if they say, you know, it's double what I'm paying now, that's normally just something that they say to make it sound like, you know, it's just way overpriced. We've had plenty of times where we come down to it and we start asking more questions and the price is barely like $30-$40 off a clean. So at that point it's selling them on like, look, do you want quality or do you want a cheap service? So you got to figure out what the true issue is. And I truly believe, you'll get better at this as you do it, as you get more personable, as you get into these offices and get more confident. Got to be confident, and you got to be enthusiastic, and you got to be super energized when you're going in there. You don't want to be slouchy. And I see it all the time. I mean, we've had people tell us like the things that they're wearing, into these walkthroughs, and a lot of times they're not wearing anything that's promoting their business. So anytime me and Luke go in, we're wearing our Simply Pure shirts. We have our shirt tucked in. We're wearing pants. We're always going in there professional, looking like, we're ready to take things to the next level. We're not here to play around. We're not here to be just some side, this is not a side hustle to us. It's something super serious. We don't even, try to go into these buildings every single month. But if you can come off, at that first impression as somebody that's going to be on top of things, you're going to be able to close more deals. So yeah, guys, book that second meeting. Luke, do you want to finalize anything? We're just got over an hour. Sorry if I talked fast, but I just really wanted to get over, the fact that people are struggling on price, and I just want people to start closing their even their cheapest clients.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else. I think everybody just be ready for next week's Zooms. And then again, if y'all are a part of the program, always hit us up, text us, call us. You're not bothering us. That's what you're paying for. So make sure you're getting the most out of it.
Yeah, the next week Zoom, I'm going to talk about, when they say I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready to move forward yet. I need some time. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what the next meeting. Thank you for this Zoom. Yeah, you're welcome, Catherine. Thank you, everybody. It's super good to see you guys all ready to grow your business. You have to be devoted to, just gaining your knowledge on sales. Business is one thing. Knowing about all these different things when it comes to your business is good, but you got to learn how to get in the door and close deals first if you truly want to start, making the money you want to make. Because I mean, back whenever I was losing deals, there was so many times where, I was just letting the client go because they just weren't willing to pay my price. And I hear it all the time. So, once we were able to just be personable, it just truly changed the game for us. And when we learned, what these people are truly needing by asking questions and not just giving up, it truly changed the game. So I hope you guys can take some of this and put it into play. You're welcome, guys. But yeah, it's good talking to you guys. Have a blessed day. We'll talk soon next week, and just feel free to text us if you guys have any questions come up. Peace out, everybody. Instagram.